septiembre del pasado año.
Since September of last year, Cuba has been denouncing the hegemonic and criminal plans of the United States and its aggressive projection against Venezuela and the region. We have clearly stated the serious and unpredictable consequences of the irresponsible conduct of the United States government for the political, social, and economic stability of Latin America and the Caribbean and, in general, for international peace and stability. On December 23, we presented in this very body the sequence and escalation of actions carried out by the United States in record time with the aim of forcibly overthrowing the legitimate and constitutional government of Venezuela, and dismantle the civil-military union. The United States resorted to various maneuvers to realize its plans for domination, including vile extrajudicial executions and acts of piracy, maritime terrorism against ships, tankers and their crews in international waters of the Caribbean Sea, as well as the imposition of an illegal naval blockade against Venezuela and the politically motivated designation of its legitimate government as a foreign terrorist organization. Previously, it had subjected that country to prolonged unilateral coercive measures, economic strangulation, campaigns of discreditation, and attacks against some of its important institutions, exposing it to an atrocious psychological war. With a complete disrespect for the United Nations Charter and international law, including relevant resolutions adopted by this Council and by the General Assembly, on January 3 U.S. military forces brutally attacked and with treachery against Venezuela, and in an unacceptable and barbaric act, kidnapped its legitimate President Nicolas Maduro and his partner Celia Flores. Cuba condemns in the strongest terms the United States military aggression against Venezuela, while at the same time categorically reiterating its absolute support and solidarity with the Venezuelan people and government, and joining the demand for the United States government to release the constitutional President Nicolas Maduro Moros and his partner, Celia Flores. In the criminal attack perpetrated by the United States, 32 Cubans lost their lives in combat actions, who were on missions representing the Revolutionary Armed Forces and the Ministry of the Interior, at the request of counterpart agencies of that country. Our compatriots fulfilled their duty with dignity and fell, after fair resistance, in direct combat against the attackers or as a result of the bombings on the facilities. They were able to uphold with their heroic actions the solidarity feelings of millions of compatriots. Mr. President, the cowardly American aggression against Venezuela is a criminal act, in violation of the international law and the UN Charter. It constitutes a dangerous escalation of the war campaign sustained for years by the United States against that sister nation, which intensified since September 2025 with the aggressive naval deployment in the Caribbean Sea under false pretenses and baseless accusations, without any evidence. The military attack by the United States against Venezuela has no justification, it does not respond to any provocation nor does it have legitimacy. It is based on the abhorrent doctrine of peace through force and disrupts the stability and peace that has characterized our Latin American and Caribbean region for years. It seeks to bring about a change in the constitutional order in the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela freely chosen by its people. Its ultimate objective is not the false narrative of combating drug trafficking but control over the lands and the natural resources of Venezuela, as has been openly and unabashedly declared by President Trump and his Secretary of State. It is an imperialist and fascist aggression, with objectives of domination, that aims to revive the U.S. hegemonic ambitions over our America, anchored in the outdated Monroe Doctrine. It also seeks to intimidate and subjugate the governments of Latin America and the Caribbean.